Now, you've had some pretty good Air Force comedians out here. Here's one of the best. Start out here, my boy, because you got yourself about a mile to go. We'll have to put you in one of those jet planes. This is Airman First Class, Roy Bola. He comes from Stead Air Force Base at Reno. So now do it there.
Thank you very much, Ed, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. You've probably never seen me before because, well, I'm sort of new in show business, but I'm sure you all remember my dad, who was a show business great. In fact, when I tell you his name, you'll all say, my gosh. So that's his son. How time flies. He was truly a great figure in the field of entertainment. His name is... what the heck is his name? Irving Saul, no, that's my mother's name. Oh, what's the difference? I know him when I see him anyhow. But I'll tell you, I'm from Stead Air Force Base. That's my home base. And that's about 10 miles north of Reno, Nevada. And, of course, you know, Reno's notorious for its gambling. Well, I knew this when I was stationed down in Amarillo. And I'll never forget the day my commanding officer called me in, and he said, listen, stupid. He always called me listen, this guy. He says, I'm shipping you to Reno. I said, my gosh, don't ship me to Reno. Whatever you do, they'll take all my money. They'll take all my money. He said, don't worry, they won't touch your money. And they don't. They don't touch your money. They take it away with a stick. There's a guy with a big hockey stick. He takes it all over. Oh, you've been there. But I like Reno because when I was there, I got to meet the base medical officer, and we got to be real good friends. And the reason we did is because, well, I go on sick call quite often, you know. As a matter of fact, I have an impediment in my back. I can't get her off the bed. He's a wonderful guy. He's a wonderful guy. And one time, I decided to play a practical joke on him. What I did was, listen to this. I got a bottle of concentrated hydrochloric acid, you see, and a bottle of mercurochrome, and I mixed them up well together, and then I took a cotton swab, and I dabbed it in the stuff, and I applied it all over my hands and face and body and back. Then I went in on sick call. What a laugh. I really scared him after death. He thought I had smallpox. I was in the hospital about 4 months. But they say, Reno, watch your money, you're going to lose it gambling, you know. I should worry about money. I have enough money to last me the rest of my life. That's providing I die right now, of course. I'm desperate. I sent a telegram home to my dad. I said, dear Dad, I'm broke, tired, hungry, and have no friends. Just like that, I got an answer. Make friends. That's what he said. But after all, money isn't everything, you know. Because when I was back in Reno before coming for the show, I saw a fellow sitting in a hotel in this restaurant all by himself at a table. This guy was worth $800,000, sitting all by himself. Nice suit of clothes, diamond-studded cufflinks, diamond stick pin in his tie, beautiful car parked outside. $800,000 all by himself. You think he was happy? You're darn right he was. Talk about money, you don't think the people in Reno are rich. Give you an idea how rich they are. They drive up to the hotels in mink cars and sit around drinking uranium. I went into one of those places, and I noticed the bartender, mind you, he had a suit of clothes on that cost $300 to clean. And I went up to him, and I said, it's a pretty classy place. I said, do you steal much? He said, no, only car fare home. I said, oh, where do you live? He says, Chicago. That Reno's a crazy town, believe me, but this New York isn't so bad either. I was driving across the Brooklyn Bridge, and I saw this cute little girl sitting on the bridge, dangling her feet in the water, you know? Oh, you're right with me. And I said hello, and she jumped in the car, and we drove for a while, and I had to stop for some gas, you see. And the attendant came up to me, and he said, Ethel? I said, I don't know, I just picked her up. He said, check your tires. I said, no thanks, we'll take them with us. He said, charge your battery. I said, I pay cash or I don't pay at all. Charge your battery. I'm sorry. I don't know, I don't understand the people here around New York. I was down one of the finer nightclubs in Manhattan, and I was getting an estimate on a drink, you know? And I noticed the fella next to me. The fella next to me, he had his hand in my pocket. Well, I said, hey, bub, what are you doing? He said, I'm looking for matches. I said, matches, if you want a match, why don't you ask me? Because I never talk to strangers. The town is crazy. I was walking down Broadway. I saw a fella standing fixing a neon sign on a 10-story building. He slipped and fell 10 stories flat on his back. A big crowd gathered around. I fought my way up through the crowd. I went up to the guy and said, what happened? He said, I don't know. I just got here. What are you going to do?